Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me here today. It's a pleasure to be back. So what is a life coach? The first time I heard the term life coach was only just months before I decided to be a coach. But I had been coaching people, being a life coach, kind of unknowingly for like 15 years. And then when I heard the term life coach, somebody introduced themselves. I actually saw somebody on Wheel of Fortune. She introduced herself. She said she's a life coach, and I was like, a life coach? Like, this lady looks like she's barely 20. Like, what does she know about life that she's going to be teaching people? So it's weird how things like that happen, because it was just like really shortly after that I got introduced to my mentor, Mary Morrissey, and found her coaching program, and I quickly discovered what a life coach is. So I'm going to share that with you today. Before I do that, I'm going to just hand these out. Please just take one and pass it down. I'll talk to you about that in just a moment. Don't even start writing on them, because you might not even need to write on them. So what is a life coach? A life coach is simply somebody that knows a system of success and can teach it to others so that they can improve any area of their life that they want to improve. So it could be relationships, it could be your time and money freedom, your vocation, your health even. Any area of your life that you want to improve. A life coach, a lot of people, I get the question very often, what is the difference between a life coach and a therapist? So a therapist is somebody who's going to be working with you to discover, to be looking at your past history, to discover why certain things are coming up in your life, and to help you move through that. And therapists are very valuable. I've worked with therapists myself. Members of my family have as well, and they serve a purpose. But oftentimes when people are in therapy, since they're revisiting their past so often, sometimes they tend to get stuck there. And if we keep revisiting our past, then we're not looking at our present, and we're not looking at our future. So what I do is I help people. Sometimes we do have to look at their past in order to move through some things, but then we quickly move through it, and then I help them to focus on what it is that they want to create. What is it that's calling them? What's trying to emerge from within them? Because I believe that every single one of us has a dream within you that's wanting to come forward, but we've never been asked the right questions to even know that we have a dream or what that dream is. And I know for many years I was like, what's my dream? What's my calling? And then when you sit down with somebody who knows how to ask the right questions, who can look at your longings and your discontents, what are you longing for? What are you discontent with in your current circumstances? And then on the other side of your longings and discontents is your dream. So finding out the first two helps you to figure out the other part of it. A life coach will help you to get really clear on your passion and your purpose in life. A coach will help you to become a new expanded version of who you are. So if you are already the person required to have your dream, then you would already have your dream. But that's really the beauty of having a vision. You know, they always say that it's the journey, it's not the destination. And that sounds really cliche, but it's very true, because it's the journey that helps you to grow and helps you to become something bigger. So it's the dream that actually sparks us to grow, that makes us long and want to move and expand. So the dream is calling us forward to help us become bigger people, more expanded. A life coach is not somebody who will tell you what to do. I am not the greatest authority on what's best for anybody else. You are each the greatest authority of your own highest good, and you have within you the answers to everything. And a lot of people, you know, they might have a sense of that, but they don't really know that the answers have been within them all along. It's kind of like Dorothy with the ruby slippers. It's like she had the answers all along. She didn't know. So my job as a coach is to help people to form really good questions so that they can find the answers themselves. They say that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you're willing to ask. And so when you ask really good quality questions, then your own answers will come to you. And then from having the answers, then you can find a step to move you in the direction of whatever it is that's wanting to grow and expand from within you. So your subconscious mind and emotions, so we all have things in us that stops and blocks us, and it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. So a coach is somebody who can give you a different perspective. They can hear what's going on. You tell them what's going on in your life, and they can see your circumstances from a completely different perspective, and then again help you form some questions. And again, they're not telling you, a coach does not tell you what to do. They just help you form the questions so you can find the answers from within yourself. Now, a lot of people have read a ton of self-help books, including myself, but I like to call self-help shelf-help books, because we read them, we put them on the shelf, and we don't go back to them. Sometimes we read them, we get really inspired, and we try to start out on our own, and we start getting really good results, and we're like, oh yeah, I'm so inspired, this was such a great book, and we start going, and we start sometimes getting some good results. But then we slowly, forget about that book that's sitting on the shelf, and things quickly go back to where they used to be. That's why a lot of people will lose and gain back the same 10 to 20 pounds over and over again, or why the majority of lottery winners are broke again in 3 years. It's because we have this internal thermostatic setting that's just pulling us back to our comfort zone. And so a coach can help you to stay on task, to inspire you, to have you be accountable. So that's why a lot of people lose steam, because they don't have anybody to be accountable to. So it can help you be accountable and help expand your vision. So to make real life long-lasting changes, it takes space-time repetition to be practicing a system of success over and over at a regular interval. So when I work with my clients, I'm on the phone with them once a week. They have programs that they're working with. They're listening to CDs. They're working on themselves. They're paying attention to what's going on in their lives. And they always have some action steps to be working on throughout the week. And then when we visit in a week, then they're being accountable to me. And I'm not going to be grading them. Did you do this? Did you do that? It's them. If they have action steps that they've not taken, then they don't feel good about it. They want to come to me and say, yes, I did this, and this result happened, and this happened, and then that's how they get to their dreams. So what I passed out at the beginning, I really don't know how much time you're giving me, but I'm going to wrap it up. So what I passed out at the beginning is something I would like to offer to each and every one of you. It says discovery session on there. It says strategy session on there actually, but I actually call it a discovery session. And so what I would like to offer you is a complimentary discovery session if you're interested. It's a 1-hour phone conversation with me where I'll help you to get really clear on what's trying to emerge from within you. And it's basically what I said at the beginning. I'm going to help you look at your longings and discontents, because on the other side of that is your dream. And I've done this discovery session with so many people, and I can tell you, and I've had it done for me as well, and it's so much fun to do. You come out of the session, like I said, it's on the phone, but you come out of it just really feeling charged and energized, because you'll discover some things that you didn't realize that you were wanting to do and starting to take out. So if you would like to do that, just fill it out, make a check on whatever's interests you, give me your contact information. If you're not interested, that's fine, just pass the cards forward to me afterwards. I really love to repurpose things, so I'll just reuse the cards again. But I would love to be in service to you if this is something that you're interested in. And again, I don't really know how much time that we had.
About 10 minutes.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Do you have any success stories?
Success stories. In general, I can give you one that's awesome. It's not my particular client, but it'd take me a little bit. It'd probably take me 10 minutes to explain it to you. But I can tell you that as soon as people say yes to coaching with me or with whoever else, something happens within them, because they're not saying yes to me. They're saying yes to themselves. And just from doing that, saying yes, all kinds of things start happening. The universe starts moving to help support that person. So things will start happening for them, like chance meetings. It seems like chance meetings, but it's really something that's because they've made a decision. Okay, I'm going to start moving forward. I'm going to start going for my dream, and just being able to watch people grow is amazing. It's so gratifying to talk to my clients every week and then just have them be excited about what's happened in their life. So I'm sorry I don't have any really quick stories that I could share with you for that. Any other questions?
How long do you normally work with a person?
My program is a 12-week program, but really when you go through the program, it's like learning the alphabet. Like you're just learning it. And so you come through it and you've learned these principles, and then a lot of times people will want to go through it again because they've had such great results, and they're like, now they've got the foundation, now let's keep moving and going. Any other questions?
I do.
Okay, great.
Do you ever find yourself not practicing what you preach?
All the time. All the time. I do come to places where I'll be down. I'll be like going, what's going on with me? And I'll sit there and literally coach myself. In fact, that's been happening all week. I've been kind of not motivated to do stuff. And I woke up this morning, I'm like, what? I'm busy. I do some things, but I'm like, I had so much time today or yesterday that I could have been doing more stuff. So on the treadmill this morning, I started coaching myself, and I said, you know what? My past does not dictate my future. So today is a brand new shiny day, and today this is what I'm going to do and go forward instead of wallowing in my past. So yes, absolutely. It's a practice. It's all great to know all these the success principles, but unless you put it in practice and be on it all the time, and I have a coach as well.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I have one. Do you ever work in conjunction with like a therapist, or do you ever refer a potential or a client to go to therapy while working with you?
I have not had to refer a client as of yet, but I would. I've actually said no to people who wanted to coach with me because I felt like they were in a place where they needed something else, which I won't share, but yes, and I've recommended to them go someplace else, to go get some help someplace else.
So what
first
would be the best client for you?
It's a great question. Anybody who's wanting to, if they're always, okay, so for instance, somebody's like, oh, I've got this book inside of me, I've been wanting to write this book, I'm not getting started, they need a little help kind of getting moving. Or somebody who maybe is just gone through a divorce, and they're like, okay, what does my life look like now? I don't even know what I want to do. And then I can help them get specific on what it is, the direction that they want to go in their life. So I think personally that everybody in this world is growing. We live in a spiral universe, and that's our nature, is to grow. And so personally, I feel like every single person can use a life coach to help them see things in different ways that they've never seen it before.
Any other questions for Victoria? Well, thank you. Oh,
How young can your clients be?
As young as 18 and as old as any age.
Have you ever worked with a student who's trying to identify their potential in life, like what they're trying to?
No, my youngest client right now is 18, and yeah, I mean, she is going through some stuff that she's needing some help with, and she is trying to identify some things. Like, she's got quite a few things going in her mind right now. She wants to do like 10 different things. Yeah. So I'm helping her to get focused on a couple of things and helping her find the steps that she can take to start moving into it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, great.